environment invites us to do certain things. So the chair very much invites you to sit down. So what I want you to do is start to reframe the way that you look at the chair. So that when you look at the chair, yes, you can sit in it, but you can also move while using the chair. And you can use the chair as a prop to create more movement. So start sitting at the end of your chair. And again, I'm not going to do many repetitions of each exercise. So these are just giving you some ideas. So start right at the end and close your eyes. And just allow yourself to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards. And if you find that you can't tilt the pelvis much, you're probably not sitting far enough towards the end. As you know, the closer you get to the back of the chair, the more you're going to tilt your pelvis backwards. So you want some freedom in your pelvis. And then you want to sit upright. So you want everything to be stacked. You want to almost have this sense of leaning into the back of the body without actually leaning back. Your weight is directly on top of the sit bones. You breathe in. And then as you breathe out, you allow the chin to drop towards your chest. I'm going to do this with my eyes closed. And then just feel how you're starting to round the back. So I'm not hinging from the hips, I am rolling down. My belly button is lifted ever so slightly up and away from the thighs. So I'm kind of rolling over my belly button. Take a breath in here, let the head hang. And then as you breathe out, push into the floor with your feet, tucking your tail so that it's upright, and then just restack your spine, and then inhale, go the other way, open up your chest, and then do that again. Just rolling down. Let the head be heavy, breathing in here, breathe into the back of the body, feel that stretch into the back of the ribs, and then as you breathe out, attention to your feet, tucking the tail ever so slightly, just until it's upright, using your abdominals to restack your spine, and then the shoulders, and then the head, and then you continue going the other way. And you can spiral your arms as well, so your thumbs face back, your chest is lifted, and your chin is lifted ever so slightly, and then return. And then you're going to start with your legs. So you're going to lengthen one leg, so it's fully straight, and if you can, you lift it up so they're parallel, and then you bend and straighten. So I want you to think about reaching out through the heel rather than pulling up on the kneecap too much, which you will be doing, but your focus is going to be on the back of the leg. So I'm reaching the heel to the wall in front. And as I'm doing this, I'm taking care that I'm not leaning back, nor am I tucking the tail. Okay, so I'm very much upright. Again, I'm not going to do too many repetitions, so I'm going to hold it out there, then I'm going to point and flex. A great place to create some ankle movement. I'm going to circle. Okay, now we're going to lift it up a little bit higher. Again, taking care that nothing else moves. Bring it across, flexing your foot, and then there's your figure of four stretch. So I'm tucking the chin, stretching the outside of the hip, breathing. And then I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to bring it across. And then I'm going to twist, so I'm going to look over my shoulder, over my left shoulder, squeezing the inner thighs together. And then return. Okay, same on the other side. So I lengthen the leg and I lift it up, and then I flex and extend the knee. Sitting upright. Okay, and again I'm focusing on the back of the leg, reaching out through the heel. Legs are super heavy, as you will notice. So don't worry if you need to keep the leg lower here, that's fine. I'm just going to do one more. Keep the leg fully straight and point and flex. Remember, when we sit a lot, we've got this knee permanently flexed, so really good to work on extending the leg fully, as often as you can. Pointing and flexing, then I'm doing some circles, just loosening up, mobilizing the ankle. And then I bring the leg up, cross it over, right ankle just above the left knee, flexing the foot and hinging now. Hinging until I feel that stretch, and when I feel the stretch I stay and I breathe. And each out breath maybe I go a little bit deeper. And then I'm going to lift up, squeeze the legs together, so bring it all the way over and then twist. Looking over my right shoulder now, breathing. So I'm twisting, I'm bringing the waist, and then I'm breathing into the ribs. And come back. My feet flat, I'm going to bring the legs together now, so I hug the legs together in the middle. And then I put my hands on my chest and I'm going to hinge backwards. So I'm not tucking and rolling back, I'm keeping a flat back and I'm gluing the feet to the floor. And then I come back up. So I want to feel that all the muscles around the middle of my body is engaging, stabilizing, and come back. So I can add to it. I can lean back and then I can twist and come back and twist. And I'm squeezing my legs together, so I don't want the knees to slide. I squeeze them together, so I'm hinging and then twisting. A couple more. Squeeze the legs, glue the feet to the floor, come back and sit tall. I'm going to sit right at the back of the chair, lean back, and then I'm going to inhale, bring the arms up, and then I'm going to lean over the back of the chair. And then do that a few more times. So I'm extending my spine. I'm trying not to shoot the ribs out too much. I try and keep contact with the back of the chair and the spine. Do 2 more. And really reach as far as you can while still being, okay with the shoulders. And release. Okay, come to the front of the chair. I'm going to hinge forwards and come up. And then do that again. I hinge and sit down. So I hinge forwards, weight into the feet, and then use the legs to press up. So there is no effort in my spine at all. And then if you want, rather than come all the way down, you just tap the back of your thighs on the chair, and you send your sit bones to the back of the chair. I'm reaching the arms forward just for a bit of counterweight, and here, of course, you could add some weights if you wanted to. And do 1 more. And come back. So really good idea to think, maybe do 3 of those half squats each time before you sit down, and then you get the work in the back of the body and the legs. And then the same thing here with the chair in front, just to remind you not to shoot the knees forward, which will put the weight into the thighs. So keep the chair there, and that will encourage the weight to go back into the heels, and the bum to go backwards. Okay, so a couple more. And last one. Okay, and then I'm going to put the hands on the back of the chair and then create this lovely, lovely stretch for, this is such a great stretch for getting into all those problem areas from too much sitting. So you get the chest, you get the shoulders, you get the back and the back of the legs. So walk your feet back, drop your head in between the arms, pull your ribs in slightly, bend the knees if you need to, straighten them if you can, and then breathe. 4 breaths. And then you're going to come up. I'm going to spin the chair around. I'm going to hold onto the side of the chair, and I'm just going to balance. Just a few, you can't really see my ankles here, but I'm trying to keep the ankles parallel, which means I have weight in the big toes. Just a couple here, really feel the calf. So when you're holding on to something, it means that you can go a little bit higher than perhaps you would without holding on to something. So this is a great way of really exploring the full range of your ankles. Well, not quite full because their heels aren't going down, but on the way up anyway. Heels down, and then one leg out to the side. Now notice how much I came in towards the chair. So try and avoid that. Keep your pelvis over your ankle, and also try not to lean. Okay, so if I lean a little bit, this leg can come up quite high. If I keep the pelvis still, notice the difference in terms of the height of the leg. And that's fine, I want to keep it this height, I want to keep the pelvis still, because I want to work the side of the hip. So I'm holding on. And then you don't have to change, but I'm just going to change, you can see. Leg goes back, I pull in here ever so slightly, so again, I'm not leaning forward each time. Last one. And then again, I do the same figure of 4 stretch you did earlier, but this time standing. So the leg comes across, and I sit back. The weight goes into the heels. Breathe in here, and come up, and then change to the other side. So again, the leg goes out. Oh, and I'm leaning. Okay, my feet are pointing forwards. Okay, now I quite like having my hands there to remind me to keep the pelvis still and not tip over towards the chair. Last one. turn, and then again I do the back. Really feel your glute as you reach backward with a straight leg, so no bending of the knee, straight leg. As soon as you bend, you go into your hamstrings, you want to get into the back of the hips, your bum. Okay, and then again, a quick little stretch, get into that area you've just been working, might feel good, and come back, and then again, I'm going to change the position of the chair, I'm going to sit at the side of the chair, and then lean back. Similar to what you did earlier, notice this, okay, ribs shooting forwards, and notice that. We'll try and just keep a long back. And again, I'm not lifting the feet. Very easy for the feet to lift up, but I'm not going to do that because I really want to work my core. And come up. So I do one more, I lean back, the feet come up. Okay, and this is where it's quite nice to have the chair because I can hold on to the back of the chair with one hand, or I can use my hands to hold the back of the legs, and then I extend one leg and bring it in. And I extend and bring it in. You can either hold on, or not hold on, or hold on to the chair. There are lots of options. Then I add a lengthening and a lowering, lifting and come back. Lengthen, lower, lift, and if you're feeling up for it, you could do both legs. Try not to lean back, that will be your counterbalance, but you want to stay here so that you can use the muscles around the middle, and I'm starting to shake. Ooh. So either just one at a time or both. Down and up, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do for this. Just a little rolling down and come back up. And then as you're sitting on the side of the chair anyway, let's stretch here. That might feel good after the exercise anyway. I'll go a little bit further back. Okay, so I'm sitting right at the edge of the chair, one butt cheek off the chair, and I bring the outer leg behind, I tuck the tail, I reach up and I lean towards the chair. Oh, that feels great. Breathe. And come back. And then same on the other side. Bring the leg behind, tucking the tail, reaching up, and then lean towards the back of the chair. And release. And there you are. Enjoy.